Good evening, everybody. My name is Marley Maria, and I do apologize that I couldn't um, tell you my presentation of my webpage, but I had a lot of problems with the internet, and it is raining, so I do apologize for that. I am going to present my webpage. As you know that as teachers, we need to do a lot of research, we need to do a lot of investigation, and when we do this, we find a lot of sources, a lot of different resources where we can have evidence and gather what we want. So we have two different types of sources, if you can see here. This is my webpage. You can see it. Okay, so the first source is the primary source. And it says that it is like the first hand. It is original, and it has like direct information. They are created by who directly witnesses what they are describing. Some characteristics of the primary sources are that are original and that they can reflect the individual viewpoint and can be written or non-written. Okay, so we have here some examples how we can implement the primary sources in the class. You can see here. We have different subjects. How we can implement this? We have the subject of geography. It says that students use photographs of various types of architecture or blueprints of buildings to draw conclusions about how architects adapt buildings to a specific limits and geographic features. The other one is geometry, where students study circles, investigate photographs or of different types of high wheels, bicycles from 17th and 80s. Students use rings or different sizes to discover why the bikes were invented, with one big wheel in front and a small wheel at the back. I think that this can be like a really fun activity where they can learn from the primary source, but we can do a lot of games with this. We can bring like a lot of kinds of wheels, or I can bring my bicycle, and that will be a lot of fun for them. Another activity is in the subject literature. It says that students read a novel set in the 1920s, listen to the music of the era, and learn the foxtrot, charleston, and other popular dances from that time. And this is another very fun activity because we can also study like how they danced, the way they dance, and we can imitate them. Okay, so it will be really fun. And we have here then the secondary sources. And here it says that the secondary sources describe, summarize, and or discuss information or details originally presented in another source, meaning the author in most cases the author didn't participate in the event. They find the information and then they talk about it. How can we implement it in the class? I placed 3 different activities that I already used in my class, and they were effective and my students really liked it. we have the video where students watch a video about a famous place. In this case was France, and they saw information about the Mont Saint Michel. The students create a newspaper article about the important aspects of the place. When they present it, students can date this of an important character from that country. The other one is about pictures. Students use pictures from Vincent van Gogh paintings and create an art gallery with them. In the presentation, they can say a brief biography of the artist too. And the last one is textbook. Students read the biography of Jacques-Yves Cousteau, who invents a lot of marine important tools, and they can create like a timeline and in a very creative way. We have here another information of the secondary resources here. Yes, and we have like a picture of it. We have the different types of the secondary resources that says biographies, biographical works, commentaries and criticisms, dictionaries, encyclopedias, textbooks, websites, journal articles, magazines, newspaper articles too. Then we have I placed information about plagiarism. I don't know if if it has to be here, but I understand that we have to include it, so that is why it is here. Let me show you the information. It is right here. It says what is plagiarism, and I place that it is when you take information of an idea and make it your own. The consequences, there are a lot of different consequences depending the case, if it is a worker, if it is a student. For example, it destroys a student's reputation. If it is a worker, if he or she has legal repercussions. If it is a student, the assigning is 0, or he can fail the course, or there is a warning, or the student has to do to give a public apology, or it could have a suspension for the activity. And how to avoid? First, we have to educate the students on how to properly conduct research, cite, quote, and produce unique and original work. I think that this is very important for to let them know, because in the school they don't teach us all of that, so I think that it is important. Another way that we can avoid is learn how to properly cite the references, learn to do a summary about what they learned, what they read, and the last one, practice, and more practice. We have another aspect here. We have two different pictures where we can find like another definition of the plagiarism, and how to prevent plagiarism too. We have like the guide here that can help us to understand better this. And finally, we have the references here. Okay, the references here, and that will be all. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for the opportunity that you are giving me to send you this video. I hope that for the other assignments I have, I can fix this problem. And thank you so much. Blessings.